Mr. Gheorghiu also told me that during this period you give an interesting, to say like that, simultan
No,
there.
this is very unusual. After this tournament from Manila, I was invited to play a simul in some island which is called Zamboanga. It's south of Philippines. And later on, when we came there, I realized that they had a civil war in
In
this
that area,
island. Yes,
the Civil
right
War.
there. Yes, a civil war. You could hear, of course, the noise and so on,
The
the
guns.
the cannons and the guns and so on. The some from time to time you could see
Uh,
some planes, moving around and so on. And well, it was a little bit, of course, a little bit dangerous. No,
yeah.
we played the simul, and later on they organized the banquet afterwards. And the next game,
So
and
you
then
so you went to these islands.
yes, we flew to this island. It was about 2 hours from Manila to this island,
Mhm.
by plane.
And in that area there were bombs,
No, you
fighting.
could see also, you could hear the noise, and later on you could see the guys who was fighting, and so on. It was a little bit unreal. You
Yeah.
couldn't believe you are. So, yeah. Okay, so we played the simul. We finished the simul. They had some later on. They had the banquet. The governor of the province, all the generals of the Filipino army was there, and so on. And during these hours, they received a delegation. Some guys were coming. They were very friendly with the generals, and they spoke about chess and the history of
So
chess.
you played with some local officials, but also
No, I
the
didn't
delegation.
play. I played against some normal opponents. Maybe there
Mhm.
were some important guys or something, but I didn't know anybody.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
played about 20 players. Okay, I won everything, but this one not important. The important thing was the civil war. What happened there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, we were together for 4 hours like this during the night, and finally they left. They left very friendly again with the generals, with myself, and so we spoke about the chances of Bobby Fischer, about the Soviet players for the next World Championship, and so on. They knew a little bit, too much about chess. I mean, they were very well informed. And finally, I asked the Filipino officials who were, the
These
members of this
these
delegation.
pleasant people.
Yes, and they said, okay, the chiefs of the rebels. What do you mean, the chief of the rebels? You're, I mean, you're a bit, you, the
So the
guys we are
opponents.
fighting against. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they say yes. We had a small truce. I mean, the small armistice like this because you had your chess simul. And afterwards, you leave for Manila, and
Continue the.
we continue the fight
Wow.
again. But it's unbelievable, man. Of course,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's exactly. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
So they stopped the fight. They stopped
they
the
stopped the
killing
fight for one day.
for one
We
day
played chess, and afterwards we continue.
to enjoy your
Yeah,
presence and
yeah.
to
We
see
enjoy the
quality
presence
chess
for
and
one day. We are friends, and later on
yeah. It's
we
like
continue our flight.
which is again unimaginable.
No, but
Like
it's a little bit right now.
yeah.
You can imagine better all these things because it was a civil war between Muslims and the Filipino army. Philippines is the only country, even now, which is a Catholic country in Asia. And right now, Zamboanga has again the civil war against the
The government.
no, the
Mm.
government against the rebels. The
Mhm.
rebels, the same rebels, I mean Muslim rebels against the Filipino government after so many years.
Yeah, and I
They
guess was very
continue.
bloody at the time
Yeah,
also.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it's
very
very unpleasant,
yeah,
but I mean, if you see from chess point of view, is really unbelievable.
unbelievable and
Yeah,
beautiful. Like
yeah,
people to stop
yeah.
doing
It's
this. Like
yeah,
right now in
yeah.
Ukraine, you don't see any reason for people to stop at least for one day.
Well,
Not
yeah,
not
yeah.
even
No, it's a pity.
yes.
The thing that they are having now in Ukraine is also unbelievable, and it's a very very sad.
But it's
That
interesting
in the
to
middle of Ukraine to have such a thing.
exactly. But for me, it's very interesting, like to have like this is like
Yeah, it's like a
unimaginable.
story. That's it.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
it's
very unique story
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
for them to stop
You
fighting.
have this story in my books that I wrote about all this. The three books, the
Yes,
recent one, and there you have the story. I I gave the
your book.
games
We
and
actually will talk about
yes, okay,
your book,
okay,
but
okay,
in a
yeah,
future episode where
yeah,
we will
yeah,
dedicate
yes. No, this
time for it, more
afterwards,
time
of
for it.
course, afterwards we had a very good relationship against the organizer from Philippines. I was many times in Philippines and so on. It was also the tournaments were unique also, this time very well organized, very strong, very good conditions and so on. And it was also it's a very beautiful country. It was also, a very pleasant occasion to come back anytime.
Great.
Yeah,
Thank you,
you're
Mr.
welcome.
Gheorghiu.
Yeah.